Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much for coming by to our show today. I am your host, Queen Tulsa. This is the Goddess Queen Tulsa show. If you do not know why we are here, go ahead and take a look at the description, and we'll be right back. Hello, and thank you all for coming out to the Queen Tulsa show. It was all a dream. We finally made it. Listen, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. You have come to the place where you can relax, enjoy, and get the hot topics. We can also engage. You can come up or even you can call in. That number is 725 888 1644. Thank you so much for your loyalty. We made it. I'm so excited. You should be too. Don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend. Oh, and make sure you sign up for our perks to get all the exclusives first. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you liked our new intro. We had to do something different because copyrights seem to get me because of my one little sassy greeting for the After Dark. So I had to do something different. Hopefully you all are enjoying the content. Well, listen here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have Scrappy. Lil Scrappy, if you guys don't know, he is on the show Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And his mother is a cast member on there as well. And so it really appeared to be a mother and son relationship the way he explained the whole situation. And he just kind of, I don't know, I guess he was at his breaking point. And he said as a youngin, he used to sleep in the bed with his mom. And guys, that's a lot. You know, being a young guy and sleeping with your mom, living in a trap house, and your mom is, doing her big one in the house, you know. Let's go ahead and get into the article. Lil Scrappy confronts MOMMADEE for raising him in a brothel and trap house. Yesterday was one of the most real moments in the entire Love and Hip Hop franchise. Lil Scrappy confronted his mother about the pain he felt as a child growing up in a trap house and a brothel where his mom sold her body to customers. Very powerful scene. Please like, share, and subscribe to the content. If you are new here, I want to definitely thank you for coming out to the Goddess Queen Tulsa show. Scrappy's mother, MOMMADEE, worked first as an escort and eventually the head pimp of a famous brothel in Atlanta. That's Atlanta, Georgia. She had Scrappy during her time in the streets, and she raised him in a pretty crazy environment. Scrappy, who hides his feelings well, never confronted his mother and told her what it was like for him as a child to see his mother turning tricks or doing drugs. On last night's episode of Love and Hip Hop, he broke down and finally confronted Mama D about what she put him through. Like I said, it's a very powerful scene, and it's causing quite a conversation on Black Twitter about black male trauma and the source of mommy issues in men. Let's get into, excuse me, let's get into some of the tweets. One user says she pissed me off talking about I'm gonna forgive him and his wife. Parents never take accountability for trauma they put on their kids. SMH. Another person responds, Scrappy can pour his heart out to Mama D all he wants. She's just going to ignore him and continue to be too involved in his relationship. Therapy will not help. He might try to cut his mom off completely in order to have a healthy relationship with his wife. Someone else said her whole attitude during the scene was disgusting and dismissive. Someone else said, I thought she was doing too much too. But then I remembered that she was going through a divorce at the time and she has two young children. Watching him break down because of childhood trauma probably hurt her as a mom because she doesn't want that for her kids. Another Twitter user wrote, Scrappy need counseling at this point. Bambi as well. They have marital issues that are not all Mama D's fault. At Scrappy's big age, he can no longer blame his mother for his doings. There's a statute of limitations. Get help so you can be a better man, husband, father, and son. Guys, what are your thoughts? What are your feelings about, Scrappy feeling a way about his mother and breaking down on national television? Um, it's giving me here. Let me see. Let's start a okay, so I'm gonna start a poll. Do you think most black women coddle their sons? Okay, that's a question. I want to know if you guys don't mind. Definitely take the poll. I just posted it. Hi, got niece here, so be in and out. Okay, thank you so much, Sonia. Thank you for your support. And your dedication to the show. Shout out to Sonia Mabia. She says, hi, got niece in and out. All right. So yeah, I just put up a poll, you guys. Go ahead and take the poll. I'll go ahead and read some more. If you guys want me to read more replies, let me know. Because the Twitter users, they were not playing at this point. They were not playing at all. Another user says, please stop. That's not what was emulated from the video at all. Learn pathology and just how deep psychological childhood wounds can arise as adults after some feeling may lay doormat. Know that a lot of our people walking with PTSD from childhood. Y'all need empathy bad. You know what? With that comment, I do agree. I think some people do need empathy. You know, a lot of people deal with a lot of stuff on a daily basis and they walk around like everything is perfect. That's why they say, check on your strong friends. I was doing a little research because that question posed to me, and so I started digging, and this is what I found: the retrospective roles of Black women in coddling of Black boys. Abstract. This study reports the secondary analysis of a theme that emerged from a larger study on Black women's perceptions of Black men's depression. This emergent theme was concerning the role of Black women in rearing Black boys. 8 focus groups with Black women, N equals 46, were used to further explore this theme. Our secondary analysis identified 3 sub-themes, including the A, presence or absence of fathers in parenting Black children, B, Black women's role in coddling Black boys, And C, Black women's role in raising Black girls. Study implications include the contextual lens that underscores parenting variations within Black families. From birth, children are socialized to look and perform in ways associated with their biological sex, while cultural differences exist within this socialization. Research on families across various racial and ethnic backgrounds suggests that the gender of a child plays an important role in the socialization and differential parenting he or she receives. How children perceive their experiences of differential parenting due to gender and whether whose experiences have lasting residual effects has not been thoroughly examined. Furthermore, literature is limited on the culture of parenting in African American communities broadly, and particularly regarding gender socialization. This study attempts to address this gap in the literature by highlighting the experiences of African American women who have witnessed as children and or perpetuated as adults the culturally normative approach of raising Black girls and coddling Black boys. All right, guys, give us a second. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We will be right back. All right, we've come to the point in time. Oh, wow, things are getting a little shaky around here. Well, guess what? It's time for an intermission. And also, it's time for an offering. So, however you can give the offering, we'd appreciate it. Cash App, PayPal, and Zelle. Today, we are having a great time. So, go ahead and hurry up and get back to the show. All donations are appreciated. All right, and thank you all so much for staying with me through that commercial break. I really appreciate it. Gender socialization for girls and boys. Extant studies on parenting in early childhood suggest that boys and girls are parented differently in American culture. Yet, this knowledge is based primarily on the perspective of parents and caregivers. Research also suggests that gender role theory can help explain differential parenting strategies used by mothers and fathers, specifically how a mother's role may be designed as the family caregiver, while the father's role may be the provider and disciplinarian. Such traditional and patriarchal family structures imply that boys are socialized to be authority figures in the home and to exclude themselves from more nurturing roles. In contrast, girls may be socialized into more nurturing and caregiving roles and responsibilities. Boys may also navigate gender structures that by default place them into more ascendant roles that are unoccupied by girls. Existing literature suggests that women are often the caregivers of the family and participate in more domestic duties such as cooking and cleaning, and thus assign similar duties to the younger women and girls in their families. For example, a review of the chores that adolescents perform found that daughters do more household chores than sons. The gender based parenting styles are also noted in studies from the emerging adulthood and adolescent literature in a study that examined the relationships between late adolescents' perceptions of their mothers' and fathers' parenting styles with respect to their own emotional adjustment. Late adolescents perceive their mothers as demonstrating more permissive, i.e., lenient parenting, and fathers as demonstrating more authoritarian, domineering parenting. In the same study, male adolescents also reported receiving more permissive parenting relative to their female siblings. The pressure to raise and socialize children in ways that are aligned with societal standards. For each gender may lead mothers and fathers to different markedly in their approach to raising boys and girls. Beyond the challenges that arise when studying variations in parenting styles by gender, other complex factors that may influence parenting practices, such as race and culture, should be examined in the context of shaping gender roles and norms. Gender socialization for Black girls and Black boys. Historical race and gender ideologies reinforce differences in how Black boys and girls are parented, while also characterizing differences in gender socialization as a means of protecting and enhancing the well-being of children reared within these racial and economic constraints. Research on the intersection of race, gender, and parenting has underscored the deleterious experiences and mental toll of living in low socioeconomically resourced communities for African American families. African American families are undoubtedly mindful of how race and gender will shape their children's opportunities for success as they attempt to prepare Black boys and girls for adulthood. Specifically, some scholars suggest that Black parents consciously express higher expectation for their daughters in comparison to their sons. After acknowledging the many obstacles and dangers their sons will likely endure during their lives, oftentimes occurring through expressions of their masculinity. In this context, parents may feel the need to protect their sons from the adverse effects of society's Marco and microaggressions against them. Due to their gender positioning, society's fear of Black men often means that Black fathers and mothers demonstrate hypervigilant parenting behaviors in raising their sons, a process of constantly acclimating them to potential challenges that they may face while navigating a harsh society. Are you guys enjoying the content? Let me know. Let me know. Are you guys still here with me? Okay, so this is my thing. Hurt people. And I want to say this, that no mother is given a guide on, okay, this is how you be a parent, this, that, and the third. I think it just comes with experience. You're just kind of put in the game, and it's like you got to just go for it. You're pretty much, it's kind of like survival mode. Sonia says Mama D is a Virgo because when Scrap was talking and crying, she looked like, okay, really? Yes, she was very dismissive of his feelings. And I think that's a problem as well in the Black community. It's like, in the household, the males are taught, you be strong, you tough guy, and this, that, and the third, and don't you cry, and don't you be this, and don't you be that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have heard those sayings. You're not no punk. You this, you're not this, you're that. And then when it comes to, with the kids playing with toys, in the Black home, oh, you better not be caught playing with a doll because it's going down. You know, it's going down. When other races, it's a different upbringing, it's a different situation in their households. That's my opinion. Absolutely. So my thing is really just, guys, do the research, get some help. It's never too late to get help. Listen here, there's always help available. If you feeling heavy, it's okay to say, hey, I'm not feeling okay today, and I feel like I need therapy. It's okay to get therapy. Don't let nobody tell you anything different. Seek the professional help. We'll go a little bit deep. However, for Black girls, while the implications for race may be similar to those of Black boys, the intersection of race and gender often results in being perceived differently by a majority society, thereby resulting in dissimilar forms of socialization by their parents. For Black girls, there is a duality of identity that takes shape as a result of both gender and cultural socialization. On the one hand, Black girls may be socialized to be nurturing and domestic and to adopt a caregiving orientation, but Black girls may also be socialized via the norms associated with contemporary Black female culture, Black feminism, to engage in more androgynous behaviors that entail stoicism, strength, persistence, and goal striving. An example of this can be seen in a study by Mandora and colleagues 2005, which found that some Black mothers require more of their female children in terms of responsibilities in the home and behavioral compliance than their sons. However, this socialization stands in contrast to broader cultural expectations for Black girls to develop into women who are intrinsically strong, resilient, and independent. Ladies, have you ever felt like you were held to a higher standard in your household when it comes to, like, just general chores or just responsibilities or just the way that you act or way you carry yourself or things like that? Have you ever found yourself in that position? Sonya maybe says, no, we don't like to let everyone know our business would have done better in private. Okay, so you saying that, Scrap just threw it out on her and you feel like he tried to embarrass her? Because I don't feel like she should have been embarrassed because I mean, I think that she openly talked about her being a pimp and, getting to that money. I mean, there's a picture right there. I mean, look, she looked very hardcore. I mean, she looked like she was definitely about her money and nothing was going to get in her way. I mean, in the trap house or not, I mean, look at it. I mean, you got the door on the floor. I mean, you just got everything going on. The side door is open. I mean, it was a lot going on in the house. But then, we okay, we have that for our next get up. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned with us because we do have another show at 9 p.m. Central Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And oh my goodness, yes, Drake and Jazz Prince are definitely in the headlines. And so I definitely want you guys to come by for that. Here, let me show you the thumbnail one more time. Uh or actually here, let me drop down and you guys can be able to see the thumbnail. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to take myself down. I'll put up the thumbnail so you guys can. Okay, so that's going to be our next show. So right now we're still on MOMMADEE, Lil Scrappy. And this was another thing, like with Lil Scrappy, when I went digging for him, I did notice like he always has like a dude on his side. Like it was like, I don't know, like, is that his, I don't believe that was his brother. They're always together, and Scrappy looked good back in the day. I don't think that he should have went and got his teeth done so big. Like, I love the natural look. I mean, no shade against him. I think he's an attractive man either way. But in his younger days, yeah, I think he looked very attractive. Yep, mine taught us how to clean. Yeah, your mom taught you how to clean. Yeah. Okay, I'll be back by 9. Niece about to take bath. Okay, awesome. All right, so yeah, how do you guys feel about the black, being a black woman and raising a son? Do you think it's possible? Do you think that what you do, what the mother does in front of her child, it actually sticks with the child? Does it give them trauma? The mother's going to jail, your mother's away from you. Do you think that causes trauma? Do you think that causes resentment in that child to their mother? I would say it's a possibility. Okay, on Twitter, another person wrote, "How old was she when she had him? Was it a child raising a child situation?" Someone else said, "Mama D comes from a generation of people who believe children have no rights and concern of their parents. She thoroughly feels that her son is to be subjected to her at all times because he is her child. I doubt she will change because it's her belief system." And what do you guys think about that? Like those old belief systems, like, I come from because some people they be like, well, I come from an age where this was going on. Well, I come from an age where that was going on. Well, this is how I was raised, or this is how I do it. What are your thoughts on that? Someone else says, "Black men, please give the support. Please get the support and help you need to heal. It's okay to feel. It's okay to express yourself, and it's okay to release." I agree with that wholeheartedly. And let's talk about it after this break. All right, we've come to the point in time. Oh, wow, things are getting a little shaky around here. Well, guess what? It's time for an intermission. And also, it's time for an offering. So, however you can give the offering, we'd appreciate it. Cash App, PayPal, and Zelle. Today, we are having a great time. So, go ahead and hurry up and get back to the show. All donations are appreciated. Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for always sticking with the girl and always supporting. I'll read a few more of these Twitter replies. Someone is responding to, "Black men, please get the support and help you need to heal. It's okay to feel. It's okay to express yourself, and it's okay to release." Someone replied, "You've been on this app since 2015, and I was your 10th follower. Your tweet on this thread was the only one that grabbed me. When a Black woman uplifts a Black man, that is the most powerful thing for us. I don't watch reality shows, but this clip was real. Thanks much." Wow, that was heartfelt. He's saying what a lot of men feel and would love to express. If this isn't a testimony that therapy is essential, I don't know what else to tell you. On this time, Mama D is like, "Yeah, I did it. I was that B. I'm still that B." It's like, I do kind of feel like, it's like, it is what it is. And this is another thing. Like when parents do, have children early and they have to, take away from their lives, they have to stop, it's not really, well, it's, they're altering their lives because they're a child, right? But then they hit this phase in their life where they want to make up for that time. They want to make up for that time that they lost. Guys, this is getting heavy. I want you guys to comment sound off on this. We will be back at 9 p.m. Central Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be discussing Drake and Jazz Prince. I want to thank you all for coming out to the Goddess Queen Tulsa show. This concludes our show. I'm your host, Queen Tulsa, and we are out. Hello, and thank you all for coming out to the Queen Tulsa show. It was all a dream. We finally made it. Listen, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. You have come to the place where you can relax, enjoy, and get the hot topics. We can also engage. You can come up or even you can call in. That number is 725-888-1644. Thank you so much for your loyalty. We made it. I'm so excited. You should be too. Don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend. Oh, and make sure you sign up for our perks to get all the exclusives first.